So I'm going to go back to what I was saying before and what we sort of opened this up with in terms of where you've been putting some of your time and in terms of extracting value and also trying to get the most bang for your buck. And I just want to say it again. I have very little room on the plate to add extra things. Yeah. So going after hearing this, like I can definitely see if I had to make a call based on what I know not from experience, but just from a high level of research and conversation that I've had with people, USPSA is going to be the last thing I ever do unless and put on my plate right now, unless kind of moon, sun, and stars line up and it makes sense, like I'm going to be in the right place at the right time. It's just like, hey, this is a cool opportunity. I'm going to go do it right now.
Yeah.
Right? Versus Airsoft, where I could say, well, a bunch of gear that I don't really run very often because I really don't have occasion to do that. I have, and I've run it. I just haven't run it like you've explained with the same amount of reps. I am interested in, certainly I don't get a lot of reps with carbine and low light. I just, just white light training with carbine. I mean, I just don't. And so if I had an opportunity to go out on the range and do 2-3 hours of white light training versus go to Airsoft with, basically same weapon, same setups, same everything else and run white light training there, I'd probably choose Airsoft.
Yeah.
Right. Because it would put me in situations that I could never get out on the range. There'd be a little physical to it. There'd be a little fun to it. There'd also be all these other things because I've done white light training with the carbine, right? Several times. But if I had a choice, I would probably go do Airsoft based on what I'm hearing you and others saying kind of in my own research. But it's going to have to be with the right group of people in the right situation. And I need to be set up properly to go because I don't want to be under equipped and not be able to extract the full amount of value that I could possibly get from it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. And I agree with you. I'm lucky enough to have the community that we have where we all help each other out with stuff. I would probably not even have an airsoft gun. Well, I always had an airsoft Glock because you can dry fire in the backyard with it. But I mean the AR and build that and things like that. I wouldn't have bought, $700 worth of gear and considered getting amps again if it wasn't for Airsoft. But also if I didn't have a group of people who were borrow this and see how this works and see how you like this. And they all took it just as serious. If I was just a person that didn't have any resources like that, dude, it'd be really hard to get into Airsoft because right off the bat, I see myself spending $2,000 to get the best experience out of Airsoft. Right. And I'm sorry, dude. For me, I always think training value is the highest, but also I am somebody who develops products and that's something I'm passionate about. Yeah, so
it makes sense for you twofold.
Yeah. So your average person, I do think Airsoft has a lot of value, but it might take a while to reach real quality value if you don't have the right people around you. Yeah. It is what it is. And it might be money. Because like I said, it's probably 80-90% the same price of real firearm stuff. I mean, you can go China made replicas because Airsoft shooting isn't going to be quite as rough on stuff. I don't even know if I could say that though. My owl is pretty.
Yeah, you were just saying you beat up your shit pretty good.
Yeah,
just in the couple times you've been out.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. I would say it's definitely worth it. There's a lot of value in it, and if you're willing to do Airsoft, you have to bite the bullet. If time is the most valuable thing to you, and you're gonna have to drop, $500 to $1,000 and be with the right people to really enjoy your experience however often you go.